Hey everybody, this is Bill Murphy here with MMORPG.com, and I am with Trion Worlds today, and this time we're looking at ArcheAge. And of course, we have somebody here that wants to tell you about all the new stuff coming. I'll let him introduce himself, and we'll get to all the gritty details.
Hi everyone, my name is Merv Kwai, also known as Krolin, and I'm a new producer on ArcheAge. And with me today I have Evan Berman, you guys know him as Scapes, and we'll be talking to you about the Secrets of Ayanad content release that's coming on March 10th. That's this Tuesday. Snuck right up on us. Yep. So Secrets of Ayanad is basically the name we gave to the Korean version 1.2. It introduces Diamond Shores in the northern part of Aurora. Our version of Diamond Shores is being introduced as a contested zone, which means it's going to have a war cycle, like the zones that you are familiar with in the south, Cinderstone, Yenistir. Diamond Shores is currently at peace, so we can walk through it without running into any difficulty. And by difficulty, I mean aggressive players, because we are on the public test server currently, and it is a simulated live environment. In Diamond Shores, we're currently at a new player housing area. This is a somewhat smaller area compared to some of the other zones. But as you can see, we kind of fleshed it out a little bit just to give a size of scale of how large the new area is. And we're in front of the Enclave. Actually, that's a bear butt. We're in front of the Enclave, which has been dubbed by the players as the Trion Mansion. But yeah, as you can see down the shoreline, there's several rows of houses. They kind of extend out around the western coast of Diamond Shores. And if we look back towards the center, you can see in the distance the Ayanad Library. It's basically the focal point of Diamond Shores and is designed to guide the player's journey from level 50 through 55. Secrets of Ayanad increases the level cap to 55 and also grants 5 new skill points to characters, increasing the total amount that a player can have from 23 to 28. Also introduces 10 new abilities. So we'd like to show you just the inside of the library, and it's got a lot of new stuff that people haven't seen yet.
Is the inside of the library like a dungeon, or is this actually just a part of the open world?
So it is a dungeon, but it's an open dungeon, meaning anybody can enter it. You can have multiple groups of players in the same dimension. A dimension is the term that we use for instance. So it's not a true instance where you take 5 people, zone in, and that's all that can exist in there. Multiple groups of players can coordinate efforts. You can have full raids in there. There are world boss objectives in the library.
Just a quick shout out. This is our associate producer, Amanda.
Amanda Fry. She's... Yep. She's helping us out. Yep. So we're going to zone in. The library is composed of 3 floors. Each floor has 64 rooms in it, and those are rooms filled with mobs. So we're looking at close to 200 total rooms of mobs, and there's, a lot of secrets in there as well. And I know that's kind of. Yep. Those guys provide daily quests, and the daily quests are for specific days of the week, and we've seen a little confusion with that. But when you take it does, and you take the quest on Monday, you can complete it whenever you want, but it's only given that quest on Monday. There's a couple other things outside. There's a costume bench that players can craft their costumes at if they receive the correct materials from inside of the library. There's 3 current costumes that can be crafted, and they're neat. They're hard to get, but they're really cool.
Not your bear butt.
That's
Actually, I get told the other thing every now and again too.
That's
one person. It's usually Gary.
It's actually our favorite bear. Necessities. Yeah. Ha ha ha. Right. Yep. So we'll zone into Dimension 1, and this is the first floor of the library. And as we zone in, you'll get a good size of scale of how big it actually is.
Somebody should clean it up.
I know that's a mess. I'm not volunteering. Right.
Holy crap!
So this is the first floor. There's 3 floors of equivalent size.
Do you have to go like all the way through all the rooms before you get to the next floor? Is there like stairs at the end of a hallway? Or?
There's a couple ways to do it. So the first way is if you don't mind opening the map up again. In each of the corner rooms, there's a portal that takes you to a lobby area above the floor.
Okay.
And then that lobby area is the entrance to the second floor.
Gotcha.
So it follows that format. However, a player can visit a Ayanad scroll merchant and purchase a teleportation scroll with gold to go to a lobby above any of the floors. And let's actually use one of those right now.
This is probably one of the most unique public dungeons I've seen in an MMO.
And it's huge. Like, I think it's actually bigger than Diamond Shores, right? So we talk about it being a dungeon in Diamond Shores. I mean, the size of it is... Yes. And there's lore justification for why it's as big as it is, too.
Do you need a group to come in here traditionally, or is it something you could do solo?
So the mobs are difficult. They're designed for a group. However, a player who's a printer can craft an item that empowers their ability to solo in the dungeon. So it grants them a buff that increases damage output by 20 or 75% for 30 minutes. So it allows them to play through some of the lower end library content without needing a group. And so we're in one of the lobby areas right now. And actually, if you don't mind going back up the stairs, sorry. There's several instances that come off of the lobby room. So this is kind of an instance within the dungeon. If we look on the right side, there's something called the corner reading room. 5 players will go in there and basically fight up to 50 waves of mobs in succession. And depending on how far they can get, they get an increased reward. The rewards they get in the library are components to craft obsidian weapons, and that's a new line of crafted weapon that's introduced. Yeah. Yep, and then we actually are wielding one of them. They look kind of cool. This is a katana. Yep. That's a tier 6 one. That's a really hard to get one. A lot of time invested.
Escapes cheats.
Pretty much. GM hacks. Yep. So as you fight through the corner reading room, and there's another instance right behind us, that's the one of the Ayanad mages. They drop the components for the obsidian weapons. Yep. So that's basically the library in a nutshell. I mean, there's each floor has its own theme, right? This is the 3rd floor. It has kind of a celestial theme.
Do you expect a lot of people basically just start hanging out here now, kind of like the hub, really?
Well, it's really designed to supplement the player's level from 50 to 55, so typically there'll be a lot of people in here.
Yeah, for at least a while, until
right.
60.
Yep. I mean, there's a lot to work for in here, too. There's hidden quests that reward housing items, and raid bosses in here, 40 plus people encounters. So really cool visuals. Some of the floor is really neat, too. It has kind of that marbly reflection.
That looks fantastic. And this comes out next Tuesday?
Yep, on March 10th, this Tuesday.
And it's free to everybody, of course.
It is, yep.
Got to get that in there. Any other marketing we need to take care of?
No, you should try it out. It's really fun.
I just threw him for a loop. That's good. That's good.
Nope, and I think it's a great opportunity for players who maybe played ArcheAge at launch and maybe needed a little bit more content. This is exactly what they're looking for. So
it's a lot more content.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people have sold expansions for $40 that have less content.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's a ton of PvE, which, like, I think the best thing about it is a lot of my guild members and the guild that I was playing in were like, well, we're ran out of PvE stuff to do. This gives them tons of that now, plus PvP contests over it within the PvE. It looks pretty great. How's been the response on the PTS?
It's been very good. We've had up to 500 people participating in coordinated tests, testing out various things in the library, kill speeds on mobs, drop rates, all kinds of things like that. We also have a customized version of the library that's unique to North America and Europe. The scale in Korea of how long it takes to level to 55 is dramatically increased in Korea. Our version is watered down a little bit to the point where it only takes half as much experience.
So you got rid of that nasty thing that nobody likes over here, the grind.
I'm not going to say the G word. You said it for me.
Well, we have to. Let's be honest here. Let's call a duck a duck. I don't think that's a saying, but it is now.
Yeah, so we also tried to balance PvP and PvE content. The library has PvP disabled because it has a lot of high-end objectives that are PvE oriented, but Diamond Shores is fully PvP enabled. So
yeah, with the war cycles and everything going on too. Is there a potential any type of land control or over the library or anything like that?
It's different from the other Aurorian zones in that there's not a local lord, so there's no castle contested areas for Diamond Shores. It's really focused on the library.
Well, it looks fantastic, and everybody can go see it on March 10th, sometime after downtime, I'm sure, after a couple hours at least. But it's looking good, guys. Thanks for taking the time to show us today.
Absolutely, it's been fun, and I hope you guys check it out.
And because Scapes is silent, let's get him say something.
Very excited about this. It's going to be a lot of fun, and again, March 10th, not long to go.
And then there's a surprise guest over here who I'll just let you guess what his name is, and he can say something.
Hi, it's Scott Hartzman.
You ruined the surprise.
Well, you know, I just figured I'd help him guess a little bit. No, seriously, we are incredibly proud to be releasing this latest update. Like I said, there are expansions that have existed in the world that are far smaller than what's getting released with ArcheAge here, and it's really been a blast, and it's been fun to test. So.
Plus, it's just beautiful looking. I mean, seriously, the library, I kind of want to make a home there.
Their artists are just phenomenal, and it's also been really cool to have their gameplay folks increasing the amount of awareness of how our players want to play and what will be received well here. And you know, that's not just gameplay, that's everything from their gameplay folks to their store folks, and there's just this dovetailing of our steering them versus their.
It's all synergizing finally.
It's getting there. It's taken a few months to get there, but everybody's really everyone's really starting to get on the same speed here. And large thanks to our lovely, amazing producer, Mr. Merv. Because seriously, having a local expert here who knows the game far better than I ever did, for sure, has been helping with the Trion XL and ArcheAge thing, and really all of it just benefits the players.
So you heard it here, guys. If you haven't played ArcheAge in a while, you've been waiting for some changes to be happening, March 10th is your day. Get back in there, give it a shot, and mess around in the library, and watch out for Scapes and his cheat weapons. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube at MMORPG.com.